Dublin police investigators are still trying to find a killer who attacked a jewelry store owner 27 years ago. The city's police chief tells me the owner initially survived the attack, but left little clues as to who went after him.
Right off the top of your head, do you know if anybody has been reassigned that case?
When you're on a mission to solve a case as old as this one, you have to be persistent.
It compounds the problem when you don't have the cooperation that you desire to bring the case to closure.
Dublin Police Chief Tim Chapman is talking about what happened here on Madison Street in March 1989. 67-year-old Robert Hightower, a jewelry store owner, was attacked, possibly pistol whipped inside his store.
A witness saw him walk outside, and what caught his attention, Mr. Hightower had blood on his shirt.
Hightower then drove home, about 9 miles to East Dublin, where his wife was stunned.
She attempted to call 911, and he refused, and he got into an argument with his wife about calling the authorities as well.
A bloodied Hightower was resilient and stubborn until his wife drove him to the hospital. Chief Chapman was a detective assigned to the case at the time.
I tried to do an interview with him, and he was very evasive with me. He did not want to tell me any of the details.
Chapman says with little clues and no testimony, the only place he could start finding answers was inside that jewelry store.
What was strange about it was when we went back to his office, he had cleaned up. It was immaculate. There was bloody towels all in the trash can, etc.
Clean? After you've been attacked? Chapman went back to ask Hightower more questions. This time he gave Chapman a response.
At one particular time I asked him, do you know your attackers? And he said, I will handle it.
This barbershop is where Hightower's store once stood. Chief Chapman says when investigators got to the scene, they couldn't find anything that was stolen except for Hightower's wallet and his gun.
We were trying to put all the pieces together. Why would he leave, number one, not call the authorities when it happened? He cleaned up his office. He got into an argument with his wife. And when the authorities tried to speak with him about it, he was very evasive.
A short time after Hightower and Chapman spoke, Hightower died from his injuries in the hospital. A big blow in finding who attacked the elderly store owner. Investigators were never able to find Hightower's wallet or his .38 caliber handgun he carried. Chapman says as the years pass, someone needs to come out of hiding and confess.
That missing link could be that person who actually have that missing part.
A frustrating situation, Chapman insists, will get solved.
This is someone's husband, or maybe a father, maybe an uncle, grandfather.
If you have any information in solving this case, call the Dublin Police Department at 277-5023. For more unsolved cases, you can visit 41NBC.com/coldcases.